You are now entering Nyghtstorm Nation.
All I have to say is this.
Child abuse.
If you are one of those people
Divorce.
that have been put down all of your life,
Infidelity.
beat up and trapped in a pit of woe,
Depression.
it is time for you to stand up with the Nyghtstorm Nation, because we aren't going anywhere.
I'm NYGHTSTORM, the man not afraid to be transparent, as I help real people with real issues. And my co-host is my queen, my stunningly gorgeous wife. Woo!
I fed him his sweetest this morning, everybody. Hey, this is Toby George Nyghtstorm, the woman not afraid to tell the truth as how things really are. And you are now entering Nyghtstorm Nation. This is Nyghtstorm Radio, radio gone real, because we are you.
Yeah, now if you're in the ATL Nyghtstorm Nation, feel free to call in at 443-558-6699. And to all the Nyghtstorm Nation members around the country, call in at 1-866-923-2860. You can also find out more about us, the Nyghtstorms, at Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. You can also listen to our show from the Talk Radio page. Just go to the Talk Radio page on Nyghtstorm.com, hit that listen live button, and you are right here in the studio with us. And also on terrestrial radio, Love 860 AM.
Love860.com.
Love860.com and Love 860 AM. What's up, baby?
That's right, and all you smartphone owners out there, don't forget, I told you last week, I told you the week before, I'm telling you again today.
Tell them again, baby.
Go to your app store, download the app, iHeartRadio, Tunein Radio, or iRadionow. Go to the Talk Radio section, find Love 60 AM, so you can be with us every Thursday at 11 a.m., no matter where you are, in your car, in the bathroom, on the train, in the closet.
In the closet?
With you. Right there with you, anywhere in the world.
Okay, all right, so now that we got all that straightened out, what's on tap for today, baby?
Well, YG, you know, it is always our goal here on Nyghtstorm Radio to inspire, motivate, and teach. But today, we turn the show over to our Nyghtstorm Nation listeners. We get emails all the time, and we read your questions and your concerns, and you've sent us several questions and addressing several issues ranging from R. Kelly and his daughter to MASE leaving the church and why women are too independent and don't want to get married. You know, it's not always what you're going for with that independence there. You want to stand on your own feet, but sometimes it can be a turnoff.
Yeah, now it ain't nothing wrong with an independent woman, because Nyghtstorm Nation knows I married me an independent woman, a queen. Right. But sometimes, ladies, you know, and gents, you know, because there ain't nothing wrong with an independent man, but we need y'all. And y'all need us. And sometimes you can be too independent for marriage, and it's just not going to work. But that's really, really deep. And now we finna get into what we talk about these Nyghtstorm letters. And if you want to get in on this, you can always write to us at the Nyghtstorms at Nyghtstorm.com, and we will definitely read your emails. And if we feel that it's appropriate for the show topics, we'll include it. So, my queen.
Yes, sir.
Can I get into this first Nyghtstorm letter, please?
Go right ahead.
All right. It says, and let me make sure I read this properly. It says, I am a proud member of Nyghtstorm Nation, and I want to send kudos to you guys. I don't really like to get into gossip, but I just had to talk about this R. Kelly thing. Right. I must admit that I was a fan of his music in the 90s before all of his issues with underage girls. Now, I know he is responsible for launching Aaliyah's career, but the rumors of him actually marrying her and sleeping with young girls is still disturbing to me. Now, I hear that his teenage daughter is a transsexual and is in the process of getting a sex change. I have no problem with the LGBT community and no issue with her whatsoever. But my question to you guys is this. Do you think that this is bad karma coming back to haunt R. Kelly through his daughter because of his misbehavior with other people's daughters? I'm just saying. Shay from Birmingham.
Interesting question. Oh, well,
yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, we all know how bad karma works. And unfortunately, I have been on the wrong end of bad karma, several times in my life, to the point where I got tired of getting my head knocked around by life and said, okay, it's time for me to straighten up.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
I lost my family. I lost everything that was important to me, found myself destitute, and it was just a whole bunch of unnecessary drama because of my bad choices. And karma don't care whether you're rich, poor, black, white, Jew, Gentile. Life is life. And it was alleged of the things that he did, but I saw the tape. I saw the video. I'm sorry. It looked like Robert, and that chick was young.
But he pulled the Shaggy. He said it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Don't believe your lying eyes.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I don't know, but it looked suspect. And if he did do those things, you might think you get away with stuff today, tomorrow, but eventually stuff catches up. And if you got daughters, and if you did some misdeeds with other people's daughters, and I got 3 daughters, things tend to come back on you. I'm just saying.
Well, definitely. Life is life, and this is your greatest teacher.
Yes.
We go to professors and parents and everything, but life got a little something for you. Woo. So, and just because it doesn't come back to you directly at times, it could possibly be that. Or it could just be a life choice for this young lady who feels uncomfortable in her skin and wants to make a change at a very young age, though. I believe she's only, 13 years old?
Yeah, around 13, 14.
Right.
Yeah, middle school age.
And I was reading interviews, and of course, R. Kelly was on another media outlet, and they asked him about it, and in the end, after he kind of danced around it, he was like, they're still your children, and all you can do is love them. And when it's all said and done, so.
Yeah, so I completely get that. But, it's good that we talk about stuff all the time. And it's always good to have other folks coming in and talking about some things, But I want to introduce our guest today. And these folks are very familiar to us. I think we see them in the mirror every single day.
In the mirror?
I think we see them in the mirror every single day. So, Jared, in my British accent,
as Jared head
drop, in my British accent, could you please roll that beautiful music for these folks that kind of look and sound like us?
YG.
Yeah.
Are you ready to meet the Nyghtstorms?
The Nyghtstorms.
Who that now?
Conquering adversity.
I like that.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
All right, now who these people now? Known as the dynamic duo of life management, the Nyghtstorms bring a unique perspective as a husband and wife, raising 7 children, standing as positive examples to help folks fix their lives. Ain't that right, baby?
That is so right. That's our goal every Thursday and throughout the day of our lives, and focusing on the information that we pull from YG's book, All Action, No Talk. You have the strength to change your life despite adversity, and their own life experiences. They have conquered adversities and helped their listeners around the world do the same thing.
Now, hold on. Cut that music, because we got 2 more special people in the studio with us.
That's right. We're not sitting here alone.
They kind of look like us.
Sort of.
Well, they kind of look like you. Thank God they look like you. Okay. But, Jared, if you can cue that music so we can introduce our special guest properly. Ha, 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 ha! Yeah!
All right, here we go now.
Nyghtstorm Nation, our special guest in the studio. Take it away, my queen.
We have 2 beautiful young ladies in the studio with us today. And our first guest is a recent college graduate with honors, newlywed and hard-working woman of passion that could win America's Next Top Model, blindfolded, both hands behind her back.
And our second guest, standing 5'9" tall at the tender age of only 13. She is traversing the hills and the valleys of middle school as she focuses her energy to be the next big thing in business and entertainment. So, ladies and gentlemen of Nyghtstorm Nation and listeners around the world, it is our honor, privilege, and pleasure to welcome to Nyghtstorm Radio 2 of our 3 stunningly gorgeous princesses. Our oldest daughter, Gabrielle Smith, and our baby girl, Aneayah Nyghtstorm.
Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the radio. So instead of sitting at home hearing us, you get to be right here.
The baby said, Her big sister like, yeah, here we go.
Yep.
All right, so let's get into this letter, ladies. We're going to start the first question out for our oldest.
Hey, Gabby.
Fancy.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, Gabrielle. Now, why do you think that some young girls seem to be drawn to older men? And what are some of the consequences of these types of relationships?
Oh, well, to start off, I can say that I have definitely been a witness to, young ladies my own age going after men that's in their, upper 30s, 40s.
Don't say old.
I said,
No, first of all, let's let Nyghtstorm Nation know, how old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
Okay. All righty.
And just looking back, even in high school, I guess when it comes to girls in high school, they want somebody that can just out. If you with a grown man, then you don't have to worry about, paying if you have to pay for the meal or riding the bus, to go meet them. You don't have to worry about that. They already have a car. They already have a license. And that's one thing that I think a lot of girls are looking for. Mm-hmm. It's just, I think, more of being beyond their means, and looking for something that the boys in high school can't really offer. And that's why boys in high school work so hard to get cars and try to hurry up and get their license and hurry up and do these things and rush into things that, they probably regret later. Mm-hmm. Is to try to please these girls.
Exactly. So, but what are some of the consequences to these types of relationships that these young ladies are like, I got a man, he got a car, he got a house.
He grown.
I can go and eat good anytime I want to.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, the consequences definitely is eventually he's going to get tired. He going to want somebody else, move on. And now you just all heartbroken because you thought you was so in love and he wanted to be with you. And out of all these girls, he picked you. And all these women, he picked you. And at the end of the day, we all know what he was there for,
Yeah, what?
We all know what he was there for.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on.
Now, I have heard, and I'm going to address this to you, Mr. Man in the room.
Here we go.
I have heard that the whole reason why these young ladies are basically targeted is because they want someone that's submissive, the man does, or they want somebody, I've heard, you could train them when they're young. So... Why?
Notice how the queen put me on the spot, man.
I've heard the young and perky, she ain't had no babies, everything tight and right. Mm-hmm. Is all this true, YG?
Now, daughters, I have never said any kind of things like this because your mama has always been fine. But I will say this, okay, just speaking from a male perspective, and Gabrielle, was hitting a lot of nails on the head. But I'll say this: there are certain elder gentlemen, more mature gentlemen who are not in high school, who are not in college, who have been experiencing life for at least, have been out of high school at least 15, 20 years. Okay, when they get frustrated with women our age because 9 times out of, well, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10. Some women have become very set in their ways. And notice I'm tiptoeing on this, okay? Because you are looking at me like you are staring a hole in my head. But they have become set in their ways, and we as guys, it's like we do like to have control. We do like to dominate. It's been a part of our nature since the very single beginning. We dominate each other. We're very competitive against each other. And what we want to go get. And we want to be kings in our own castle. And hold on, let me finish. And sometimes women in our age group, won't let us be kings in our own castle. So we feel, how about we go get this young chick? She's nice and perky. She's naive. I'm answering your question.
Wait. Let's pray that. Let's say that for a little later, because we got another letter.
But she's not. But she's naive, and she has zero life experience. All she knows is high school. So she's very easy to manipulate. All we gotta do is flash a little money. Them high school boys ain't got no money like that. Pull up in our European vehicle. Them high school boys ain't got no European vehicle.
It could be an American
muscle
car.
Just a car, period. These high school boys, 10th, 11th grade, they ain't got no job. They ain't got no money like that. They ain't got their own house. We already got a trump card over them because we grown. And we can, kind of let them look at us shining, even if we not even having an expensive house. The fact that we got our own crib, our own bedroom, our own things, these girls love it. They eat it up, and they tell us we tell them what to do. So that's just the real cause of it.
So how does this loop back around to Mr. Kelly and his daughter and the situation, getting back on topic because we kind of strayed away there, but getting back on topic, he has a very young daughter. We have a young lady ourselves sitting right here, the same age, 13 and a half, heading to 14 with Miss Aneayah here. And she has made a very serious life choice. This is life-changing.
Yeah.
How does that coincide with, what's going on with his child?
With his daughter. Okay, this goes back to what she was saying in the letter about the bad karma, because R. Kelly was allegedly messing with these young girls, and now I just explained why these young girls were attracted to him, because he got money, he's a superstar, he's a grown man with stuff. But now his daughter, 13, want a sex change. Okay, and Aneayah, you're 13 years old.
Yep.
Okay, and she's in middle school, and being in middle school is already awkward enough.
Yep.
Okay, because she says yep. And because you got to deal with young kids, your peers who are not mature, and they'll bully you for anything, right?
Yep.
Okay, now, as a young person with friends from all walks of life, Aneayah, what is your opinion about people judging R. Kelly's daughter, for one, for being gay, two, wanting to have a sex change, and some of these folks even judge her over the alleged activities that her father did with these young girls? Now, how do you feel about that?
Okay, so pretty much in all, so pretty much in all, I don't really care about if you're gay or bisexual or straight, because pretty much we're all humans. We all getting treated the same. Well, we should be. And pretty much I've already had plenty of friends that are gay, and you know what? Shout out to Nandi out there if you listen, because you're awesome and you have no right to be judged for what you like and what you want, because the heart doesn't need to be changed for anything. If you like girls, then you like girls. If you're a guy and you like guys, then it's straight, because we're all humans. We all go through our changes in life. Then we should just be proud of who we are. Okay,
now how about the fact now that she's being judged? It's like how in the Bible say the sins of the father fall on the son. But in this case, the alleged sins of the father is falling on his daughter. They saying, well, your daddy used to sleep with all these underage girls, so your family messed up and this, that. And they judging her.
It almost seems like she doesn't want to be a girl anymore.
Yeah.
Because of the way she see how girls are getting dogged out, or from the alleged
being treated,
acts.
So she want to be a boy now. So how you feel about that?
Seems like the boys got the upper hand.
Oh, please. It seems like in everything, guys get the upper hand.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much, I can't even go up to a walk or something without having, you sending one of my brothers with me, or me having to make sure that the neighborhood is safe or something, because I'm a girl and you're afraid I might get taken. But with guys, they can just be okay, they walk out with no shirt on, shorts.
Exactly.
Socks and sandals.
Exactly.
And then just walk straight out the house. And
We got to go to break. That's what the music is telling us. So we are going to take this break, right, YG?
Yeah, and our daughter's getting on us, but we are here on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station, Nyghtstorm Radio, and we going to deal with our baby girls after the break.
Bye.
You ever been so depressed to where you want to hurt yourself because life has been unkind, unfair, and unforgivable? Folks done hurt you and thrown you away. Yeah, I know, because I was there too, until I read this book by NYGHTSTORM called All Action No Talk. This dude has been there, man. He understands us. He was homeless, abused as a child, abandoned by his dad, and even his oldest son passed away. I'm encouraged because if this dude can make it, so can I, and so can you. So check it out at Nyghtstorm.com, NYGHTSTORM, and know that you have the strength to change your life despite adversity, like him, like me, like you.
Hey, you, guy or gal that's listening, are you enjoying the night storms? Good! If you want the 411 on me, YG Nightstorm,
And me, Toby George Nightstorm, aka Lady Nightstorm, visit Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Check out our informative blogs, videos, and see what Nyghtstorm Nation is doing to benefit the community. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
thanks again for listening to the Night Storms on Nyghtstorm Radio every Thursday at 11 a.m. to noon on Love 860 a.m. Atlanta's inspirational station. We are you.
Hi everyone, it's me, Lady Nightstorm, and have I got news for you. Want to know how to keep up with us and what we're doing in the community? It's easy. Just like us on Facebook at Nyghtstorm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio and become part of the Nyghtstorm Nation mailing list at Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM. Keep up with all our promotions, contests, and latest happenings. Nyghtstorm Radio. We are you.
You are now rocking with the Night Storms on Atlanta's inspirational station, Love 860 AM WAEC. Now back to the show.
We are back at Nyghtstorm Nation. We are bringing your emails, thoughts, and concerns to the airwaves today. And we have two special guests with us, our daughters, Gabrielle and Aneayah. And we are discussing the latest hot topics in the entertainment world. And if you would like to call in and be a part of the conversation or ask a question, please do so. The number here is 404-355-8699 and 1-866-923-2860. Now, when we left, the girls were starting to get into the fact that it seemed like boys have the upper hand anyway. That might be a reason why our Kelly daughter wants to be a guy. You know, they get to go out where they want to, walk around. As you know, when we left, Aneayah was saying, I can't even walk around the neighborhood without one of my brothers making sure nothing happens to me, but they can go out whenever they want to. And you know, they get the upper advantage with the young ladies who are flocking to them or whatever. And it seems like the females are on the lower end of the totem pole.
Well, you know, and she can say that. And I'm going to tell her, like we told her at home plenty years ago, like we told all our girls, that there are certain advantages that you are going to have as a guy, and then there are certain advantages that you are going to have as a girl. Like when they all used to get in trouble, and we used to line all 7 of these children up, and I had the belt. Now, I would spank the boys for real. Then when I get to the girls, it'd be a little tap. A little tap. And especially you, Aneayah, you had your pamper on, and even Gabby is looking at Aneayah like, really, really? So it's certain things that I let the girls get away with, and it's certain things I let the boys get away with. But I can understand why, you know, R. Kelly's daughter may feel that there are certain advantages more with being male. It's just the way of the world. It's life. I get it.
Okay. Did you want to elaborate a little more, Aneayah or Gabrielle?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Come on, sister, bring it.
All right, you want me to go first? All right. So pretty much more to it of why guys have the upper hand pretty much. It's because guys go out pretty much shirtless and half naked, running around the neighborhood, going all down the street, going to the store. But yet when we just want to go outside in a tank top and some shorts and some sandals, people got something to say.
You agree with that, Gabrielle?
Well, I would say this. It just depends. I don't agree with everybody just walking around shirtless and with, bikinis and, everything on like that unless you are at the appropriate place. But I will say that there is a borderline to, okay, they're the guys shortless, but that don't mean I walk around in shorts from my butt hanging out the bottom.
Exactly.
That's not the exchange. And I will also say this, growing up, I didn't always have sisters, and it was just me and my two brothers. And a lot of times I wanted to be a boy too. I really did want to be a boy, just for the simple fact that I couldn't walk down the street and go to the store, or it seemed like they had more freedom.
Yeah.
And even with dating or being interested in girls or being interested in guys, it seems like it's more leeway in them being interested in dating than it was for myself.
Yeah.
But
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get into
gosh.
this. Hold on. Now, first, Neil, you too young to date. So hold on. Let me address this with Gabby. Okay. Now, sweetheart, baby.
I'm just saying.
I know with your older brother and your other brothers, yeah, it was a little more leeway with them. I'm like, yeah, go on out there. Go on a date, man. Do your thing, bruh. I got you. I love you. Just don't get nobody pregnant. I get it. Okay. And with you and your sisters, I'm like,
no.
Nobody better not look at you. No, you better not even be interested in nobody. I get it. But it's like I tell your mama, my sons, I love my sons. But my daughters, they are the apples of my eye. Okay. Fathers want to protect their daughters from all harm because we know how guys are, because we are guys. Mm-hmm. And it goes back to the Nyghtstorm letter. Guys do things to girls that just ain't cool, okay, especially when we're young or just guys, period. And it does come back on us when we see our daughters may potentially go through the same thing from some other dude, some low-down buster who want to sit here and take advantage of our baby, and we ain't thinking about the fact we took advantage of somebody else's baby 15, 20 years ago. We ain't thinking about that. That could be
exactly, what is going on. Maybe, you have R. Kelly who, have allegedly done things, and now he is a man with money, so she probably have to go everywhere with a bodyguard, have to be watched. Don't look at this guy. Don't do that. It might be top flight security. Just because he knows what he did.
Exactly. What people that people are so low that they can actually do that to girls. But the thing is that with guys, you can just straight up go out and you be like, oh, I see this girl, I'm finna go talk to her. So, but then when the girl be like, oh, I see this guy, I'm finna go talk to him, your dad just holds it back like, you better not.
And not just the dad, but your brothers too, right?
Yes, they are like bodyguards. It's like, oh, that guy's cute. Whoosh.
That's right.
Shields over here.
That's why I met Will in college.
That's right, away from us, like she had the brothers.
And Will is wonderful. Her husband
yes,
is wonderful, and that was one of the best things to happen to her. And I approve of him.
And I approached him.
And you approached him. Now, them other jokers, some of them other jokers you was with, not so much, but Will was all good. Now, can we move on to the next letter?
Yeah, okay. To the next topic of conversation. All right. So our next letter goes, Dear Nyghtstorms. I remember in the 90s when the East Coast, West Coast rivalry was all people were talking about in the hip-hop genre. As a fan of rap music, I enjoyed Death Row's Tupac and Snoop Dogg going head-to-head with Bad Boys rappers Biggie and Puffy. But putting all that aside, I remember when MASE came out with Puffy and he was jumping around, flashing money, expensive cars, and video vixens. Then suddenly he left hip-hop and became a pastor of a megachurch. Now, I see he is back in hip-hop, singing about dudes aren't nothing and women don't need them for anything, while in the same verse, he tells them that he just wants sex with them. All I see is in this lame video are single women flocking to a dude that does not want to have anything to do with them aside for using them for his own conquest. I'm not trying to judge him, but he got richer off the tides of church followers, and now I see that he's left them high and dry and has even gotten a divorce. WTH. Chloe from Boston.
Now, we got several issues with this. With
Yeah.
this, with what Chloe is saying here, what issues she got. Now, Gabrielle, I want to ask you this. Now, as a happily married woman who loves her husband, which that was an excellent choice, by the way. Like I said, we love him. What is your opinion about this movement to convince independent women that they are better off single and they just don't need a man for nothing? Except a rapper with some money who just want to have sex with them. But yeah.
It's a lie. I don't care how independent you are, because even myself, I'm very independent. I don't need anybody to tell me, to do my work. I don't need anybody to tell me I need a job. I don't need anybody to tell me these things. I just do them myself, even from, kindergarten up.
Pre-K.
I did it myself. I don't need a push. But at the same time, you still want that love and compassion. There's a lot of single women, even, on TV, they show you these single women, yeah, they're bosses, they're CEOs, they're independent, but they're lonely. And money doesn't do everything. And you can go out and buy as many items as you would like to try to help fill your space. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but at the same time, it's always that need and want. And even independent women will tell you that they want a man and want somebody to be there every day to see them, to speak with them, to have that conversation, to have that relationship with. It's nice to have your girlfriends, but having a male that you can speak with and be around and just enjoy is something totally different.
And what you think about that, sweetheart? Because you are a very strong and independent queen.
Where do you
yourself.
think Gabrielle gets it from?
I know, right?
Come on now. But, I think that sometimes we can lie to ourselves about what we need, or at least in the company of other females, want to fit in and be like, yeah, I don't need him for nothing, whatever. I got this. Okay, yes, you got your money. You can buy your own house. You can buy your own clothes. You can buy, your own car. And you definitely, because I know I'm the type, hate to have anybody say to you what they done did for you. Oh, you wouldn't be here if I hadn't put you in this spot. Like Beyonce's song, Listen. So I understand that. I get it. But at the end of the day, you've had a hard day. Yeah, you got your girlfriends, but to get in some nice, big old, strong arms and talk about the day and reflect on life is a totally different perspective. And God made man and woman to be each other's mate. And you will have that longing, like a child who is in a home without either, the father or the mother. They all have that longing for the other parent. You will have that longing for companionship. It might not necessarily be of the opposite sex, but it's definitely that longing for companionship that's there.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you, because I like wrapping my arms around you. And I would hate it if you became so independent where you say, something, YG.
I can hold myself.
And I can do everything myself. And I said, well, baby, doing everything yourself ain't fun. You need somebody there with you, and I would like to be with you. And a man who is independent, because I want to flip the script on this, as a man who is strong, independent, stand on my own, whatever. It is so refreshing to have my soulmate, my queen, standing with me as we go through life's ups and downs, enjoy the highs, and comfort each other in the lows. And I ain't so independent where I don't need you.
Well, thank you. It's good to know that.
Know what I mean? I love it.
So let's get to the next issue, because she had quite a few points she was hitting on.
Yeah, all right. So now I want to ask you this, and I'm going to ask Gabrielle this also. Is it hypocrisy or just good business for Mase to leave his flock to get back into the rap game? Because now she did say he did get richer having that church, and a whole lot of tithes were being paid, even though people say, well, I paid my tithes to the church for the glory of God, but Mase was getting a salary, and a lot of that tithe money went to paying and making him richer. Now, I ain't judging the man, but she had a really good point. Is it hypocrisy for him to just leave his flock like that and pursue the rap industry again?
Well, first of all, we're not there. We don't know exactly how much is going to him. We don't know what lures brought him back into the rap game. I was reading comments on it, and a lot of people were saying, God is going to be here for him when he get back out there and see, once again, the reason he left in the first place is the reason he'll probably leave again to come back to God, and God will be right here for him. And he also got a divorce. So apparently he had some issues at home with his decision of something going on. I think it's a mix of both. I don't know. When I first read it, I was like, what? He did what? And you do kind of get a sense of betrayal. That you came and you got this following and people are seeing that you turned over and left that lifestyle for this. I also read the comments of folks saying, hey, Al Green did it.
He did it several times.
He went back and forth between love and happiness and, Jesus is my Savior. So
but he was singing that men ain't nothing and you don't need him and just get with me for some sex.
Yeah, he went to his love songs or whatever, but I don't know what his motives are, but it's speaking as a person on the outside looking in, it's like, wow, really? So it makes it look like you weren't genuine in the first place. You were just trying to find another way to make a dollar. Okay,
and Gabrielle, your opinion about this, young lady?
I would say that he is probably just confused. It's easy to be, let's just say he started off rapping and started off around all this other stuff and tried to make his way, to God and, found that flock. But you always have, those memories or those good times or, all that going on in the back of your mind. And it's easy for, you to get distracted. It's easy for you to find yourself caught up in the middle because, the Bible says the enemy is here to steal, kill, and destroy. Either way, he can confuse you. Any way that he can get a foot in the door. All he needs is a crack, and next thing you know, you're doing stuff that, you wouldn't normally do and stuff that's out of your character. So I would say that he's probably just in, whatever is going on in his household, he's probably just in a confused time of his life. And it's just unfortunate for him that he's doing it, in the limelight, in the spotlight, in front of everybody. So, when you become a pastor, you become that leader, it's hard for you to make mistakes, and get back up or fall off and get back on. But, the Bible does say that Jesus is married to the backslider. So, just like those people said, God will always be there. It's just up for him to make his way back.
So basically, it's like the thing I'm getting from this is that just as a man who has gone through stuff and who has screwed up myself, made bad choices and lived to regret them, he's still human, okay? And it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or if you're a pastor. You're still human. And obviously, there's some hurtful things going on in his life because they're talking about he's getting divorced also. So it ain't just got the divorce. Yeah, it ain't just the ending of the relationship with the church. It's the ending of the relationship with his wife. So sometimes we do things, and I'm not judging the man. I don't know what's going on in his life, but I just know what people are saying, and we can be very, very critical of each other. But we also need to understand, what in the world have we done where people will raise their eyebrow and look at us? Okay. The only difference with us and him is that he is in the limelight.
But then this is my thought when we're saying the word limelight. For a moment, when he left, it was a lot of years of where's Mace? Oh yeah, I remember him. So he took himself out of the limelight.
But being the pastor of a mega church, you're still in the limelight, but in a different genre.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because it ain't like he went and he had a small little church with maybe 50 people in it. He is a celebrity who transitioned to the Christian world and became a pastor of a mega church, bringing in lots of money and lots of attention. And he did help, that church did help a lot of people. They did a lot of really, really good things in the community.
But he was a limelight in that community, and then now he's chosen to step back and put it in a greater platform in front of the camera and things of that nature. Because I know for a while we had forgot who he was, and even, his sister came out for a minute, forgot who she was. And all of this stuff. So he's made a choice to leave being his for his people
Right.
to, what's hot in the world today, that I could get this attention back and pat my pockets, because you probably going to have to pay alimony and child support and all that other stuff.
I think it's a business move. Divorce cost, okay? And maybe the church, he ain't making the money like he thought. But rap music, you're going to make some money real quick. But anyway, we going to talk more about stuff and get deeper into more emails right here on Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. See you after the break.
To all event planners, are you worried that your next corporate get-together is going to be boring?
Then invite the Nyghtstorms to speak at your next event and electrify your organization as we break down how to grow your business, fix broken relationships, and conquer life challenges.
So make your next event epic. Invite me and the Queen to rock the house with inspirational techniques designed to empower individuals and maximize their true potential.
And thanks for listening to Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational station.
We are you.
This is Toby George Nyghtstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nyghtstorm, and I'm known as the woman not afraid to tell the truth about how things really are. And the truth I have to say to you is you should listen to Nyghtstorm Radio every Thursday from 11 to noon. And you should also like us on Facebook at Nyghtstorm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio. And join the Nyghtstorm Nation mailing list on Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. We are you.
This is YG Nyghtstorm. And why should you listen to Nyghtstorm Radio? Because we relate to you or someone you know with topics taken directly from our lives. Every time you tune in, you'll hear a discussion about real subjects that affect real life. Why? Because me and the Queen have been there. So join us right here every Thursday morning from 11 to noon on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. Nyghtstorm Radio. We are you.
Hello, Nyghtstorm Nation. This is Toby George Nyghtstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nyghtstorm, and I have a question for you. How much are you spending each day on lunch? $6, $7, $10 even? Do you know that for less than what you spend each week on lunch, you can advertise your business or service right here doing the show on Nyghtstorm Radio? Why don't you inbox us on Facebook, send us a message on Twitter, or drop us a line at Nyghtstorm.com. Let us show you how you can get your business or service out in front of the people. Now back to the show.
We are back. Welcome to Nyghtstorm Radio. If you're just tuning in, Nyghtstorm Nation, we are discussing your emails, your letters, your comments, your points of view on today's show. It's all about Nyghtstorm Nation. And we have another letter, but before we get to that, I want to take one quick little question. We were talking about MASE and all of his dealings with going into church and coming out to church now. He's back to rapping. And the song is called Nothing. If none of you have seen or heard of it, and go and check it out and see what all the hoopla is about. But in this song, the chorus is, ladies tell the men you don't need them for nothing, and you got your own. So we have a young lady here who's watching all this, our youngest daughter, Aneayah, who's 13, almost 14. And Aneayah, as a young lady, seeing all this in the media and the videos and stuff, how does it affect you to hear songs like this, or to hear your friends saying all men are low-down dogs and not worth anything?
Pretty much hearing people say that men are low-down dogs, not worth anything, it's pretty much hearing somebody call you worthless and you can't really do anything in life. And that really puts me down, knowing that other people don't treat each other the same way how they want to be treated. So, but as a female, and you're hearing older women who have this life experience saying, honey, men ain't nothing. They ain't worth nothing. They no good. How does that affect your perspective on men growing up? Well, it certainly makes me watch closely on how they act to make sure that they're not that kind of guy. And even if they are, it kind of makes me kind of disappointed, because if they act like a certain way, like they're rude or anything to women, then that makes me have less faith in humanity, kind of.
Okay. All righty. So, but do you have this blanket thought that all men are like that? I mean, you got your
Because all men ain't bad. I'm gonna sit here
No,
and say.
they're not. All men aren't bad. There's just certain people that have things done to them that makes them kind of rude and mean.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to get into this final Nyghtstorm letter because we're getting down to the tail end of our show here. And we Gabrielle read this letter.
And the letter says, Dear Nyghtstorms, I saw on your Twitter feed that you were going to be talking about why 70% of black women are single, and I wanted to add my 2 cents. As a successful black woman, I must admit it was hard for me to find my Prince Charming. I decided to stop being bitter and actually give men a chance to date me. I did get some bums, but I did meet a wonderful man, and we are getting married next spring. But a lot of us sisters are too caught up with these thugs, street soldiers, and no good men who can't even pull up their pants. They see intelligent black men who are actually trying to do something positive in life as lames or just trying to be white. Guys have learned to avoid black women because some of us can be ignorant, loud, insulting, and destroy a good man's self-esteem. But the biggest reason I discovered why we are single is because we are the second highest demographic that carries the HIV virus. We are in a very sad state of affairs, and we definitely need help. I thank God that I found my good man and was not too independent to let him be the man for me as I continue to try to be the woman I need to be for him. Love the show, and God bless. Jackie from Las Vegas.
Wow.
All right. So,
Wow.
that's a very interesting letter.
Wow.
What do you think about that letter, Gabrielle?
Wow.
What's the first HIV virus people? That's what I'm
Okay,
gonna Google.
the highest demographic of people who carry the HIV virus is homosexual Caucasian males. Okay, the second highest demographic is black females, and Caucasian guys only have it by maybe 5 or 6 percentiles. Okay, so it's a problem. I mean, it's a problem. Period. In our culture, period. But when she's absolutely correct when she's talking about why a lot of guys may try to avoid black women, not because of the typical things that's being said about black chicks, they too loud and da. Okay, I get that. And people can argue or defend it or go against that. I understand that. But the serious notion that a lot of young ladies, and not just the young ones, but the middle age and even the older ones in their 60s, they're sick, okay? And as a man, if I was not with mom, and the biggest thing that scares me is, what if something happened to mom? If mom passed away and I had to get back out into the dating game, I already told your mama, I'd rather just sit at home and die, okay? Because for one, the love of my life is gone, and two, if I wanted to date another black woman, the chances, and I hate to say this, but I'm being real, Nyghtstorm Nation, and it's something that's in the back of every man's mind. If I go here, what if this lady that I fall in love with is sick and she don't even know that she's sick? Because we don't want to go get tested. We are afraid to go get tested. Okay, there's an anxiety there. And a lot of us are passing along this disease unknowingly to everybody that we come in contact with. And the strange thing is, a lot of us, and we've heard stories about this, sweetheart, a lot of people, male and female, but a lot of people are intentionally giving this stuff out because they feel they have a death sentence and they want other people to die with them. But this demographic is scary, that black females are the second highest demographic to carry HIV. And that is one reason why you guys can't catch a break, man.
Right. And also, just the fact you have a lot of women, in speaking to Gabrielle, who's a young newlywed, and, I'm a little more seasoned in the game of this marriage thing. The one thing that when we're talking about the independence, is a man wants to feel like he has a purpose.
Yes.
Like, what's the point of me being here? If you could buy your own house, your own clothes, your own car, your own jewelry, take yourself to dinner, buy your own drinks, then why am I here?
Why am I here?
And we really, I love the fact, that at the end of her letter, she says, I allow my man to be a man and allow him. And sometimes you even have to get on me, would you let me open this door?
Yeah.
It's like, it's right here in front of me. I could just push it. What's the problem? And it was like, I would like to pull out the chair for you. I would like to open the door for you. I would like to do this for you. And then, but kind of on the flip, you have the women be like, let him do everything. Why spend mine when I can spend yours?
I said that's where we get the issue.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
when the issues come in.
It's called reciprocity. You give, I give, we love, we straight.
Exactly. And nobody wants to feel used in a relationship. So I think along with the HIV factor, there are a lot of things and a lot of reasons why we are single as a race of females. And then, of course, you have the portrayal on reality TV
Oh my
of
God.
what the typical African-American female is. And that is not the majority.
That is so
That is
inaccurate.
that is the very much the minority that's trying to, make their paper, as they say. But, YG,
Yeah.
I was looking on the internet,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of this stuff all boils down to we all need love.
Yeah, and we do need some love, man. Especially when you hear about these stories, and Mace needs some love. R. Kelly and his family need some love.
Exactly.
Okay, and
our females out there that's still looking for a man. They're single, but they're still looking.
yeah, they need love too, and they know they need love, and they don't want to admit it to their friends. Because they don't want to look weak. Girl, you selling out. Why you got to do this? Like when Mary J. Blige got married and she was singing about happy songs and her fan base started to go against her. Why she happy? Why she got to sing about being happy with a husband that love her? Because she happy.
Which is why people are happily seeing the whole Beyonce Jay-Z trouble in paradise and the issues of
People love misery,
everything happening in their relationship, and they don't want to see you happy because
They
they're
don't
not
want
happy.
it because they're not happy.
But everybody, y'all need love. God loves us, and we need to love each other.
Yeah, and so we are in the segment called The Love Shout-Outs, where the Nyghtstorm Nation get a chance to talk about their love to each other. So I want to say, first, big love shout-out to Carrie and Linda Williams, celebrating over 40 years of marriage, to raise babies, helping to raise grandbabies, and just doing it and making it look easy. God bless you guys.
Exactly.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Also, Mark sends love to his wife, Catherine, as they prepare to launch her brand new catering business. He's her biggest fan and best customer.
I'm sure he is.
All right, Gabrielle, is there anyone out there in the world, in the ATL, that you would like to give a love shout out to?
Well, first, I want to give my little shout out to God. And, then I want to move on to my husband. I just want to thank him for just being great and awesome. And those nights when he actually takes time to cook when I can't cook, and just working, 50-50 in this relationship. I love you so much.
And
We
that
love
goes
you, too.
Yes,
You a
Will.
great husband.
We love you, Will. Great son-in-law, Aneayah. Love shout out to anybody, anywhere, anywhere.
Yeah, I got a love shout out to my best friend Austin. He's got a new girlfriend that he's been chasing after for a few years now, and he is so deeply in love with her. Even though we don't really talk that much anymore, I still wish y'all great hope and for years to come of y'all being together.
Oh, well, look at that.
Good stuff.
All right. I know. Hey, puppy love is still love at the time you in love. All right. And as always, I want to send out a love shout out to YG. And I appreciate everything you do. And I want to send love shout out to our wonderful children and our girls that are sitting here, Gabrielle and Aneayah, and our other babies that are not here.
They listening, though.
They're listening, though. Zach. YG Jr., Teray, and Ariana.
Yes.
Guys, I love you.
Yeah, and I want to spend I can't even talk. I want to send a special shout out, like you said, to those babies. But, baby, I love you. You the best thing that ever happened to me. You the greatest thing to ever happen to me. And God shows how much he loves me by blessing me with you being in my life every single day. Thank you so much. I love you.
Oh, the pleasure is mine, and I feel the same about you because I love waking up next to you.
Yeah, I like that too.
All righty. So, Gabrielle, Aneayah, thank you so much for joining us today on Nyghtstorm Radio, Nyghtstorm Nation.
Yeah.
Thank you for your emails and your support.
One quick thing. Big love shout out to Jerry because he always hooks us up so good.
Thank you. Thank you. And today wouldn't have been possible without Nyghtstorm Nation and your emails and for us to talk about and read our letters from. So thank you so much. And continue to send us your letters and continue to support us because we need you.
Yes.
Just like we need each other. So until next time, have a great week. Stay safe and join us next Thursday at 11 a.m. on Nyghtstorm Radio. Follow us on your computer with our at Nyghtstorm Radio on Twitter and on Facebook and on your smartphone. Love 860 AM, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station because
we are you.